who are doing their best to try to help me manifest my life in the way that I would like to, which is to move with ease, confidence, competence, and to accomplish the things that I determine are important for my life. And the way that we configure ourselves here mentally, you know, with our identity, with our wants and our needs and our desires, yeah, there's a lot of techniques where we can manipulate our mental images, you know, the shift, the belief systems. But that's really just shifting our perceptions of ourself within the limitations of a false identity that we've accepted, and improving that incrementally so we can have a better life. And I think that's a pretty good goal. But at the same time, it's still not what's real and true. You know? Yeah, there's 4 bodies here. And each one seems to have a unique point of view and sense of self, and they do. But the truth of all of us, the truth of each of us, the truth of everyone's the same. And that there's nothing about your life that's you. You're the ocean of consciousness that gives place for life to happen. And so with our individuated awareness, you know, with this sense of self that we want to improve and that we want to make things better, you know, be more abundant, you know, be more able physically and mentally and emotionally. You know, we could dive into the subconscious and find the programs that we've put in there unconsciously that cause us to react in a predictable way according to, you know, the stimuluses that we've allowed to be our pet peeves or our inspirations, or something in between. And maybe that's a good place to start. You know, to say, okay, I'm configured exactly the way that I am, and I'm experiencing the results of that configuration in this moment of now. And if you quit resisting any of that, quit telling yourself that it's not enough, to just truly relax into the letting go of this life that you're perceiving this reality through to be just the way it is. Then you can begin to experience that ocean of consciousness that holds this body infinitely, you know, that's you. And so relaxing into that experience of being absolutely okay with you as you are in this moment. Letting go of all the frustrations that it's not something other than this. Letting go of your mind. letting everything arise, but not owning it as you. Then you're emptying your cup so that you can experience, what's actually real about you. The consciousness, that void, that death even, you could say, that gives place for life and chooses to manifest life. So that's you. You're the consciousness that chooses to manifest life and reality, and you're holding the space for it all. And so if we can rest in this experience long enough, and truly let go of all of our frustrations of life, all of our needs that are unmet, all of our desire to love and be loved, all of our desires to not be in trouble for anything. We're right here. All of that other stuff is just fucking in your mind. And it's not real. What's real is this, the four of us. Sitting here, noticing that each one of our consciousnesses pervade everything that we can see. We're all the same thing with the appearancy of being separate because of the life that we're looking at reality through. So how do we get our work done tomorrow in the most effective, efficient way? Experience the wholeness of the consciousness that pervades everything, pervades your body and is you. Because the story of the body and the personality and the identity, all of that's made up. It will all pass away, 100% of it. And so experiencing that infinite ocean of consciousness that's really you, while you're letting go of everything, while you're not trying to stop anything that's happening in the body and saying it's wrong, and you don't want to feel it, you don't want to think it, you don't want to perceive it in any way. Yeah, just relax out of those choices. Because they're all choices to go unconscious and to go unaware and to hide yourself from yourself. And so, all the way up to the search for enlightenment or samadhi or it's not necessary. All that's necessary is that you surrender all of the importance of being you. so that you can perceive all that you are. Because if you're better than someone else, if you're superior, if you're in a position to look down on somebody and judge them as being inappropriate, then that's who you've created yourself to be. And it's not the real you, no matter how well you do it, no matter how successful you are, no matter how happy you are. It's a story with a happy ending, which is nice. It's not as exciting as, war or getting in a fight with somebody. But, this is your creation, Experience it all. All of this is created out of your consciousness. Even the rest of us are just reflections of you. And as long as you're judging, then you're not experiencing your truth. You're not experiencing that ocean of bliss that is the definition of unconditional love, which is the only thing that's real and true about you. The unmanifest, eternal and universal consciousness that gives rise to all manifestation. So if we experience that, then everything in the body should, really soon be at peace. Because you're letting everything die. Your mind, your story, your thoughts, your belief systems, all the cellular memories. It's okay for you to allow your body to resonate with the infinite and the eternal, and to have the body awareness know that as its truth, as what's real. The body's temporary, and the consciousness that is self-aware as the body is still that same thing, the universal self. So I don't think it takes lifetimes of searching and meditating. Just takes looking and opening it. Oh, yeah. If I do that, then there's the experience. And the experience is the answer. The experience is the truth. This experience that we're having right now is the truth of now. That's creating a lot of energetic movements and shifts in my body that kind of demand my attention. So I don't know that I have a good explanation of what will create abundance for us, because who are we projecting ourselves into being in the future? You know, we kind of have to start there first. You know, are we going to be today's version of ourselves tomorrow? Are we going to notice that infinite and eternal self and experience it as us? And let that reorient everything so that what we do tomorrow just is the perfect thing, and it just grows and blossoms and expands from there. You know, being in the flow, you know, allowing the synchronicities to you know, come and go, and we feel them and flow with them, and allow our realities to refine, you know, and to you know, I want to say awaken, but you know, to realize, or to notice, really is all it is. You know, just to notice what's actually real and true about you. And then if we enter our daily lives from there and say, okay, I created this reality and this is the body I'm acting through, and what is going to be fun today that makes me feel good, supports my life, you know, provides an exchange of value to other people, to where, you know, we relax about the body's survival. And that's really what it is, you know, it's just, you don't want to worry about next week, next month, next year, and where your support's coming from. Well, if we focus on, again, ourself, not the body, but that which gave rise to the body, the consciousness. Yeah, there. Then we can begin to breathe easily in life, you know, so that we're not coming from unconsciousness or avoidance or reaction or emotions. Even though we allow the emotions to come up, don't resist them, you know. We don't take them as commandments to act in a particular way. We just let them happen. Let them come and go. Because they're not really us, even the emotions we have. Except for the ones when we're making fun of our friend. So it seems to me that the right thing to do, we're already on the right track, we're working with people who will each celebrate our success and support us in it. And in our idiocies, they'll kick us in the butt, hopefully, a little bit, and say, where are you being right now? Are you stuck there, or are you just visiting? Yeah, we should always just be visiting. Always knowing that our home is infinite. I think I may end up having an intense body after all. This seems to be everything my body was yearning for and couldn't find a solution to. Because within the identity, within the dream, within the story, within the subconsciousness of illusion of the body, there's no making that story better. This is the story of you, is what you're experiencing right now. And you're not changing that. You're just letting it happen. And then the letting of it happen, now you've got the universe saying, okay, here is an open vessel for free expression. That universe is you, as the universal self. You're giving yourself the permission to experience a body that's free, that's unencumbered by thoughts and ideas and beliefs and memories that define you as something that you're not. So I know this one's a bit different from most of these that I do, but as we open, because each body obviously has a choice for the experiences that it has, and everyone here's chosen to be open and free. And the only thing that's required to do that, there's no figuring it out. It's just you feel what is and you relax and let it go and let it happen, let it flow. Everything that's solid, everything that's painful, everything that's unconscious, you quit trying to control it and you just set it free. You just die. So just as if you died and left the body, so to speak, just allow yourself to die right now. No reason to hold on to anything in the body because you're dead. Now, since the body's still alive, but the persona is dead, now you have a vessel that you can maintain your self-awareness in. beyond the contextual, beyond the physical reality and the mental universe. And that's where we'll find our abundance, that's where we'll find our success, and that's where we'll live our lives, as the love that permeates everything and everyone. And that will be a relief for what it feels like as a human body that suffers. Suffers because things aren't the way the mind and the ego want it to be. So at the beginning of the new year, maybe it's time to say, okay, I'm ready to be real and true and actualized and conscious. Beyond a single point of view, one that encompasses everything and everyone. Yeah, there's definitely freedom there. So I'm going to be experimenting with this a little bit and relaxing into the flow of energies, the flow of thoughts, the flow of emotions, the flow of all of the energies and frequencies, just so what to everything. It doesn't matter. Let it flow. Then you can be in harmony with the consciousness of the universe, in harmony with yourself. Not thinking you're something battling everything else. Everything else is trying to kill you or eat you or abuse you or mistreat you. It's painful for that to be the only thing that's real about your experience. The joy of creation, This reality exists because you wanted it to. And so far you've wanted it to be exactly the way it is. Even though in the dream you're saying, no, not this. Something else, something better. But the real you said exactly like this until each individuated aspect of myself says, I give up, I'm dying to the false reality of illusion. I intended to do such a different session. But to do the one that I planned on, I have to invalidate the truth of each of you and say that your persona is the truth instead. And only you can change your persona by letting it go, by no longer validating it, by no longer owning it as uniquely yours. Even though each life is unique, and we're in circumstances that are not ideal, you know, they are what we've chosen. So if we're choosing to live and operate and play in the illusion, then the most successful way to do that would be in the realization and the living of our infinite and eternal nature. The I am that I am, rather than I am David. No, David is like a collapsed universe. I am that I am. And I am that I'm not David. And that's a nice feeling. Because David hasn't liked any aspect of his life. Poor guy. Every single part. Judged every bit of it as not being right, not being good enough. So it's a good day for David to die. Because all David is resistance to the truth. Resistance to what's actual, what actual reality is. So as I let David go, then I can be myself in the body instead of a story, instead of a history, instead of belief systems. It's too interesting. And so that's a pretty good example. You know, animals seem to live a lot better lives than we do. You know, they do what they want. They sleep when they want, run around when they want, eat when they want, if they have a nice human. And, you know, dogs love to love people, you know. At least their favorite ones. So, I guess it's okay for us to have favorites, you know, love everything but have favorites. It makes sense because, you know, since your body is alive and people are here at all levels of consciousness, then you have to say, okay, what makes this body feel its truth, to feel its unconditional love, to feel its it's unconditional love. All other bodies that, appreciate you, honor you, celebrate you, think fondly of you, those should probably be your favorites. And anybody that, knows for sure that you're wrong, and that you should be doing things different, and it's their job to make you accept their point of view as superior to yours. Maybe they should be at a non-interfering distance. So if we're infinite eternal consciousness that gives rise to all creation, then that is the primary conscious in the body. What would a body want to do when it's infinitely and eternally free consciously? How would it create? What would it do? Where would it go? What would it say? Well, I think you're going to find out. Why not? As Mr. Why Not would say. Why not? Why not everything? Not just some millions here and there. Why not the abundance of the universe? And the abundance of the universe providing all the energy, all the power, all of the consciousness, every need that the body has to actualize itself and be its best possible expression. Kind of seems like a hack or a cheat code, let it happen. But why not just let it happen? Why not let go and be free? Maybe I'll do that as a painting. Why not let go and be free? Well, because we got to do all these things first. We got to fix all the problems. We got to repent of all our sins. We got to balance all the scales of obligation and justice. No, we don't. All we have to do is be real, be the reality that causes reality to be. and find our freedom and our truth and our realization and our knowing and our wisdom in the experience of us. I feel like I've got a bunch of vortexes going on in my body right now. Everything's abandoning ship. Any comments or questions?
Why not?
You know, there's still thousands of things that I'm holding on to that say, this is why not. However, I let go of so much already, I might as well let the rest of it go. Why not?
If you did let go, what are you? Like, where do you think you would be if you let everything go?
I almost did once. But the answer to that is one of the most beautiful beings that ever lived. You know, one that's in harmony with the universe. You know, in harmony with all creation. Experiences it as it is because it gave rise to it. Knows it, it understands it, it perceives it. And then, as you experience that truth of yourself, then you'll naturally be where you should be, when you should be there, who you should be with, and you stay in the flow, you know, without committing too much to the future, you know, without continually saying, okay, yeah, this role that I'm playing with you right now in this moment, next year we're going to have a reunion, and think of, you know, the good old days. You know, the good old days was before we were born. You know, before we were manifest as anything. But to be that self-awareness of that truth in the body, there's a lot we can do here that I think would be entertaining to us.
The good new now.
The good new now.
The only thing that is.
Yeah, the now that's eternal.
Why not be free while you improve yourself? Both can coexist at the same time.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, because you'll certainly change your behaviors. You know, if you've been like me and eaten the way I have and exercised the way that I have and been lazy in the ways that I have, then new behaviors will arise because that's what I want to do now. I don't want to hide. I want to play. I want to use what I have and do something wonderful. You know, do something magnificent. Do something that makes me smile. Why not?
We haven't found one why not mystery. And until we don't find that reason why not, the
Okay.
only possible option is to do it.
Oh, okay, so we just stay in the now and let now happen. And everything that is not now that happens in your mind is just in the mind, and the mind isn't even real. All you have to do is let it die, let it go,
Or let it be.
or let it be. You know, just stop identifying as it.
That's the surrendering. Let it be everything. Everything that is and cannot not be.
Well said. Well, I'm glad we did this session. This is a nice shift for me.
You are letting the shifts happen in this way.
Yep. Well, maybe that's what we should call the pain reliever shift. Well, I think we'll wrap it up here then.
See you the next time.
See you the next time. Good night.
See you the
Now
next
try
now.
to introduce
See you the
yourself
next now.
and say goodbye.
See you the next now.
In the next now, not this now, but in the very soon upcoming now.